Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Woodhall and I work for the Norfolk and Norwich Millennium Library as part of the Norfolk Library Service. I've been a library and information assistant for 19 years there, and it's the best job in the world. What can I say? Working for libraries is something I'm really passionate about, and it's just such a wonderful role to play. The Millennium Library is the highest issuing library, public library in the country. We issue more books than any other library, and that is something we're really proud of. But all libraries are great, so that's fantastic. I also work within a little team delivering a session at one of our branch libraries, and that encourages children and their families to participate in physical activity, and that's been great. So for the last few years I've gone in and adapted sessions so that children are encouraged to get half an hour at least of physical activity a day, and that will be based upon either rhyme time sessions or reading stories, and that's fab. And part of my freelance work that I deliver as an early years practitioner takes me into schools across the county, and I will adapt sessions for children based upon the national curriculum using children's fiction to engage them in new and exciting ways, which is something I'm really passionate about, because not every child learns the same, and I feel that books and literacy are so important to encourage children to learn and grow. So off the back of that, the book that I will be talking about is The Tiger Who Came to Tea by the wonderful Judith Kerr. It's a difficult one to talk about because most people will know this story back to front, left, right, every which way, because it's a story that we all know, I hope. But if you don't, it starts with Sophie and her mum, and it kind of weaves a little tale of indulgence and surprise and everything you could ever imagine. It's ridiculous, but wonderful. And I love it. I love it. And I'm sure most people do as well. So there's no danger of me giving away any spoilers. The tiger comes to tea. I'll leave it at that. But what's great is if you are going to read this aloud to your children, and they've learnt to kind of remember the story, change the tiger's voice. When I do this session at story times in the library, the kids all take bets on what kind of voice the tiger's going to have this time, and it's hysterical. Another thing that is ace about this book is the way that it has been adapted really faithfully for stage and screen. So a few years ago I was lucky enough to see it performed on stage, and if you get a chance I would highly recommend it. It's great. Beautiful set design, really wonderful acting, and it's such a lovely story to see brought to life on stage. And with that in mind, if you were able to see it at Christmas on telly, the adaptation they'd done of this beautiful book had me, I cry at everything, but it really made me cry. It was beautiful. It was such a lovely adaptation. So not just the book, you've also got the e-audio, which can be downloaded as part of the Norfolk Library's downloadable services. You can download the e-audio so you can hear it too. Check with your local authority about how you can access this book. If you search on the catalogue and see if it's a downloadable book or e-audio, and if not, do ask your local authority if they can have it put onto the catalogue, because it's great, it's wonderful, it's such a lovely book. I've been told to think of 3 words to kind of sum it up, and I went with indulgence, delightful, and engaging. I mean, there's so many adjectives I could use to describe that book, but those are 3 of them. Off the back of Judith Kerr and her amazing body of work, we lost her last year, and it was heartbreaking, and she was an amazing woman. She had lots of stories to tell, and funnily enough, my daughter, before she left school for the lockdown, she brought home with her When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. So this is the book I'm currently reading at home, which is also really engaging, and a very sad, heartbreaking tale. The Tiger Who Came to Tea, I would say, would be definitely aimed at reception in year 1, and When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit is probably more aimed at sort of year 5, key stage 3 onwards. I think I've covered everything. Thank you so much for listening, and I really hope you get a chance to download the book via your local library authority, and love your library. Bye, thank you.